What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. Today we are going to react to another Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to be saving my commentary for the end of the video, so stay tuned for that.
Sean D, hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hold on. What modern women can survive without men? Yes or no?
Okay, my answer is succinct. It is no, but I will say that modern men can't survive without women. I heard your
hold on. Before you say that, I gotta. What state do you live in?
California,
And how old are you?
39.
Why can't we survive in the world we built?
So I have a pretty simple argument, and it's that you all need us to procreate.
No. See, listen. Young lady, the first woman I talked to. Survival and reproduction are two different things. We don't need you to survive. We need you to reproduce. You need us to survive and reproduce.
I don't know so much that I agree that.
Okay, well, let's go through this then. California. What are you, Northern California, Southern California?
Southern.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a contracts manager.
Okay. Have you ever worked with any heavy machinery?
I haven't.
What percentage of the infrastructure is run by men or women of the country? Both.
Yeah.
What percent? I'm going to have fun with this. Oh, pack a lunch.
What trying to be?
Oh yeah, no. I know you're 39 and you're right there. And part of the issue with Generation X is because so many of you ladies don't realize who we are. The infrastructure, the roads, the sewage, the trash, the power plants, refineries, everything that makes things go, the power. What percentage of the power plants, the power grids are run by females of the workforce?
I don't know. Actually,
give me a number. Give me a number.
It's probably an inconsequential number. It's probably very small.
Well, an inconsequential number. Give me a number out of 100%.
I don't know, maybe 5%.
Okay, 5%. I'll give you 20. There are let's just call it 400 million people in this country, just for simple math. 51% are female. That means there are over 200 million women. 200 million women, and that means 100% of the men and women running the power grid provide for 400 million men and 400 million men and women. You cannot get 20% of people who run the power grids and everything else to provide for your gender of 20 million. You would run out of power. Everything would shut down. You would die. You can't plant food. 3 minutes without water, 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. That's when you die. Men are already running the existing infrastructure. If all women just turned into dust tomorrow, we'd be sad, but we would survive just fine because we will continue to run the infrastructure.
Okay, so my response to that is that your argument presupposes that women don't have the intelligence to figure it out. I suppose that's what you're saying. You're saying
okay. So what in your argument presupposes that if you snapped all the men away, that you women could actually go download the information from an internet that's still working. It still presupposes that the computers are working. Mm-hmm. It presupposes that you could actually get even if you had the manuals. What you're trying to say is women could go read the manuals, learn the information, apply the information, and run the existing infrastructure as effectively as the men are in under 3 weeks. Insane.
Oh, I mean, if you're going to align a temporal constraint on it, sure. I mean, 3 weeks.
That's not a constraint, ma'am. If men weren't here, you'd start dying. And the fact that you, as an intelligent woman, really believe that men who are running the infrastructure and been doing it for 10, 20, 30, 40 years have been working at the same power plant. You saying that a woman could just go get a manual or read it from day one and she could run it to the same level of efficiency and effectiveness as somebody with 30 years experience is laughable.
No, I didn't say that. I never said that.
Well, but you say it presupposes that women don't possess the intelligence. I didn't say you don't have the intelligence. You don't have the time. Attrition would happen. You would start dying. Ma'am, 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. By the time women got up to speed on what men have been doing for a lifetime, what percentage of the population of women would you say would be dead?
I would say that none of us would be dead, because your argument also presupposes that men disappear and boom, we disappear too. That air.
No, it doesn't. Let me explain. Let me explain to you again. Let me explain to you again, real slow.
Okay, yes, maybe I missed something.
Did you watch the Avengers Endgame?
I'm sorry.
Did you watch the movie Avengers Endgame or Infinity War?
No.
Oh, goddamn. You ever see the movie The Book of Eli with Denzel Washington?
I have not.
Christ. Well, I'll just give it this way. There's a character in Marvel's Avengers, and he had a special glove. And when he's got the special glove, he snapped his finger, and when half of the population in the universe just disappeared into dust instantly. Get that concept? Half of the people disappeared into dust.
I get the fictitious concept.
Okay, good. So I'm Thanos, and I snap my fingers, and the men all disappear into dust. All that's left is women. All. No men anywhere. All the cars that were driving, everything stops. They don't even kill anything. They all safely land to where everybody on board lives. I'm not even going into consideration of crashes. All women survive, all men are gone. From that moment on, you ladies worldwide are running out of time because the men kept the power plants running. Those power plants are not self-sustaining. They must be maintained. And who is going to go maintain them? You have to get women to go someplace and learn what needs to be done, get proficient at what needs to be done in order to keep all these women. She said no women would die. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, you think women are perfect?
Not at all. Not at all. I just
tell me how all women would survive if only 5% in your mind run the power plants, and I give you 20%. You can't have 20% of people doing what 80% of people were doing.
Yeah, I just don't think that we would evaporate. I mean, in your fiction.
I didn't say evaporate. I said ma'am, now you're being facetious.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. I didn't say you would evaporate. I said you would start dying. Have you ever been in a blackout before?
Yeah, I've been in a.
What's the longest? Okay. Have you ever been without water? I mean, what's the longest you've ever been without power?
I don't know, maybe a few hours.
Yes. Thank you. And you lost your shit. How's the longest you ever been without water?
I did not.
LA used to have rolling brownouts. And this is what I'm saying, guys, that women still make these arguments. You've never had to live without. But look at what happened when a pandemic hit and all the toilet paper and all the water all that stuff was gone. What happened? The logistics chain broke down. People bought all the stuff. There was no more stuff. You are so comfortable living in the world that you cannot imagine what it would be like if you were just dropped in the middle of the world and said, live. You honestly think that if all the men were gone, the women would go back into their houses, homes, condos, everything else, and just turn the lights on and keep acting like nothing happened. You go to the gas station and it'll be full of gas. People have to drive that stuff, truck it in, truck it out. People have to produce it. Men are producing these things. And this is what it's showing, that women have no idea how this country runs. You just think it comes out of a can, out of a store. And when I'm trying to explain it to you, ma'am, in the example I said, when men are gone, are you still going to stick to the fact that if men are gone, that women in a short time frame, in under a month, could get up to speed and do everything that men are doing to save the population?
No, I'm not arguing that we could get up to speed in a month. It would probably take a little bit longer than that.
How long?
I don't know. I can't really say. Maybe
Okay.
6 months. Who knows?
6 months. 6 months. 6 months. And I think it was far longer than that. 6 months. See, 6 months presumes that things aren't breaking. 6 months presumes that you just have to learn how to put tab A in the slot B and get it running. What happens when it breaks down? Ma'am, you don't possess the physical strength to lift some of the things and maneuver some of the tools that are required to fix the machinery. You don't possess it. Tensile strength of a man's hand is like 75, and yours is like 48. Ours is like 70 times stronger than you. You cannot lift it. When it breaks, it's broke. The strongest women still are not stronger than some of the most average men.
In terms of this argument about strength, I will just see that strength is not equal between men and women, but I don't think that women are so ignorant that they can't figure out some alternate source for whatever resource it is that has broken until they discover.
Really. So the power. Okay. So what she just posited now, class, is that men. No, what she posited now, class, is men have built the infrastructure the way it is right now, and it's working. But what she's actually suggesting is that if men were not there, that women could come up with an innovative way to not necessarily need to do it the way men have done it for hundreds of years. Women will come up with an innovative way that will work for a female solution that produce at the same level. Outrageous.
We can agree to disagree.
There's no agree to disagree. No, there's no agree. No. We don't agree to disagree because, number one, women aren't in the technical fields like that anyway. And the fact of the matter is, this bothers me because so many black women really think like this. Black women want anything else because you've been told that you're equal to a man. And in a lot of ways, you're better. And you're sitting here really seriously, ma'am. This is about science, engineering, technology, and math. This is about machinery. This is about power. No power in a city. In LA, if the power goes out, everything is out. Nothing works. People start dying. There's no running water. Where do you go get your water, ma'am? Where are you going to go get your water? How about that? Let's just start with you. Power goes out. Where do you go get your water?
I'm not sure where water originates in this city where I live.
Okay, but you got 3 days. Where you going to go?
Probably the beach or somewhere where there's a water source. I don't know.
No, listen. The beach. You're going to go to the beach where there is ocean water.
Or some other water source.
No, ma'am. No, that's the beach. Is that water potable?
I could take it home and boil it.
On what?
I could take it home in one of the...
On what? On what, ma'am? You could take it home and do what?
And boil it.
On what?
On my stove. You said power, not gas.
No, see, gas is power, ma'am. I said the power. See, the electric runs the gas and the gas runs the electric. When they go out, the gas stops, the electricity stops. See what I mean, folks? She's saying she could go to the ocean, which is full of seawater, salt water, and she thinks she can just simply take it home and use what men have already done and go and just simply stick it on her stove and boil it. But there's no more stove, man, because there's no more gas. Now what you going to do? Time is...
Okay. Well, then I will get some twigs, light a match, and then boil it. Okay, so now where do we go?
Okay, you're going to boil it. You're boiling water. and you got a big old pot, you're boiling water.
Yeah.
How you going to how you going to, where's the water going to come from? Because it's seawater. How are you going to capture the water that's, well, first of all, do you even know how this process works? You boil
I'm not
water.
a hydrologist, so no, I don't. I don't profess
So
to be.
so you will go get some seawater, boil it, drink it, and then die because you don't understand that you cannot drink ocean water. And you don't realize that the water you're supposed to be drinking is in steam form. And if you don't have a way to collect the steam and condense it back down into drinking water, you would drink the wrong water, just like eating the wrong berry. And see that TikTok? That's dying. And see, most women are like you. They run out to the beach and everybody's at the beach. Thank you for proving that you don't even know how to get water. And you got 3 days. Ma'am, it's not an insult. It's not an insult, ma'am.
I don't take it as an insult. This is a fair conversation. And I would pose to you, if you think that all men are capable of doing the exact thing.
No. So the difference between men is the difference between men and you is they go to their stove and it would still be on. The difference between men is we already run the infrastructure. Stuff will keep coming. We'd still have water. We'd have water in our faucet. We'd have bottled water. We'd have it all because we already do it. See, that's the difference. We're already doing it. And I just explained to you how you don't even know how the basic stuff human beings have had to do since we've been on this planet. You don't even know how to do it. And the thing is, no, let's stick here. No, don't overtalk me. You don't know how to even understand that there's not drinkable water. See, this is what I meant about Bear Grylls, The Island. Women just think shit happens. Men would not have to do it because we're already doing it, man. If women were disappeared, you know what would happen? We would have an abundance because the women that are gone, men wouldn't have to produce for all the men and all the women. All the men would just have to produce for the men. We would have overflow because we wouldn't have to carry you guys anymore. That's the truth. Can you at least acknowledge that? That's simple math. If you guys disappeared like that, the men who are already producing at 80% wouldn't have to produce for 51% of women. That means all the additional water that women were drinking, all the food would still be there. Men would have plenty. Uh-oh. Can you at least give me that?
Listen.
Can you give me that? Don't tell me to listen. Can you give me that?
I can't because not
you can't. No. You can or you cannot. You can't. No. No. I want to be clear on this. Can you give me that? Yes or no? Then get off my goddamn phone. You're out of your mind. This is what's wrong with so many sisters. This right here. I want you guys to pay attention right there. That's the problem. Yes, you. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. That's a 40-year-old woman. That's a 40-year-old woman. Forty-year-old woman right there. I'll just go down to the beach, get some water and put it on my stove. Power's out. You said the power. You didn't say gas. Gas is power. Huh? Well, I'll go get some matches and some twigs. Okay. You boiling water. How you going to collect? I didn't even tell her you need to collect it. She didn't even know she needed to collect it. And that TikTok. And see, the fact of the matter is, no matter how I try to position it, that's why women die alone. Oh, I'm going there deeply. That is why so many of these women die alone. They truly believe they don't need men. These city women ain't never hunted, fished, grown a crop, had to do nothing. That woman couldn't even understand where to go to get some mother sucking water. I was hoping she didn't say the beach, but she said she would take her gas in her car and drive it out to a beach, burning up a resource. Didn't even want to go in all that. I'm going to get in my car and drive it to the beach and sit in traffic because the cars are still there. She's going to drive to the beach with everybody, all the other women, and going to walk her ass down to the beach. I'm going to just get me some water. Look at all this water. Forget the fact that it's got minerals and salt and sand in it. Forget the fact that if you drink this, you'll die. I am a woman, so I'll just gather up this water and then I'll drive it back home. And then I'll set it on my stove. Why won't it come on? There's no power. What? So then I have to go figure out where some twigs are and some matches that most people don't have. But I'll even give you the benefit of the doubt. I'll give you a lighter. She lights it. How many people think that women like her would build a significant enough fire source to heat a big pot of water? And what happens? You had a big pot of water indoors and you're heating it. If you've ever boiled a pot of water, a big pot of water, what happens? It starts to boil. Steam comes up. It starts to get hot. The steam is what she needs to capture. She wouldn't have known that. She'd be looking at the water saying, well, damn, why don't all that sand and stuff, why am I getting this residue? Why does every time I boil the water, all that's left is just scale and residue? Because you boiled all the water away and all you got left is salt. See, this is why women not going into science, engineering, technology, and math. I'm going to have a good time with this segment. Then she go take another pot of water and have to light another twig, right? Well, that's up now this time. Oh, there's steam right there. Maybe she even got realized that the steam that's on the window, that's a little moisture. I'll take some of the moisture off the window. You can't collect it. How many liters of water do you need a day? How quickly would you die? You need liters of water a day. Driving back and forth to the beach to boil water. You'd spend most of your time trying to just get water. And what are you doing? You ain't eating. Your energy stores are going down. Why is this important, people? Because this is the same mindset these women had when they dropped their ass on this island. They thought it was a game. And I laugh when women say they don't need men. Thank you.
This was a masterclass at its finest. You see, when these people benefit from the infrastructure and they have no respect for how it runs, how it's maintained, so well so to the fact that you don't have to think about it. She doesn't have to think about it. She doesn't have to worry about her gas pump working or not. She doesn't have to worry about the roads being repaired. She doesn't have to worry about wildlife, natural disasters, and everything taking effect. Rain. You have to understand everything is a chain reaction. When one thing stops working, another thing stops working. And that leads to another thing that's going to stop working. And then eventually everything will crumble. But it's built up so well and it's been maintained so well throughout the world that a lot of people don't even have to think about this stuff. This woman really would have drank seawater. And like Kevin said, you have to know how to capture it. Because evidently, all you will be doing is boiling water until it's completely boiled down to residue and salts. That's what will be at the bottom of a pot. But again, it's maintained, and you have bottled waters. There's so many things that they have that they don't even have to think about. So, of course, there's going to be a lack of respect for men because these women don't see these men. They don't see the people that have to maintain filters, make sure the right filtration is water going through the right type of filtration system, switching out those filters, cleaning those pipes, just so you could turn on a tap and instantly have water. Again, all in all, we do have to have a certain level of appreciation for what's around us. There's so many things to complain about. When you have the time to sit there and complain and think, actually, you know what it is? When you have the time to sit there and think is when you start to have first world problems. That's what I'm starting to notice. The people with a lot of time on their hands that are just able to sit there and think and have nothing else to do and have an unrealistic perspective of how the world works. Those people come up with the most asinine thoughts. But everyone, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Turn on post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.